In political news, South Korea's ruling People Power Party looks as though it's finally clearing up its months-long internal crisis. A court has now recognized its emergency leadership as legitimate, rejecting an injunction filed by its scandal-ridden ex-chairman Lee Jun-seok. The party says it will now dedicate all its efforts to backing the Yoon administration's policies while preparing to elect a full-time leadership team. Kyung-eun with this report.
In another legal dispute between the People Power Party and its ex-chairman Lee Jun-seok, the court this time has ruled in favor of the ruling party. On Thursday, it rejected the injunction it filed against the party's launching of an emergency leadership, shifting from its previous stance. For Lee's first injunction a month ago, it had ruled in favor of Lee and suspended the party's then interim leader, citing an issue with the party's definition of emergency required to launch an emergency leadership. But this time, the court recognized the legitimacy of the second leadership that was launched after the party revised the definition of emergency in its charter. Lee is now essentially blocked from returning to his post even after his 6-month suspension ends. Taking to social media, he said he will continue the lonely fight. Perhaps making the fight even more difficult, the People Power Party's Ethics Committee decided to give Lee an additional 1-year suspension on top of his suspension over sexual bribery allegations.
The main reason behind the punishment is Lee Jun-seok's filing of an injunction against the emergency leadership that was launched upon the revision of the charter to clear any legal flaws.
Now, Lee's suspension will last until January 8, 2024. That means Lee will not be able to run for the next chairmanship at the National Convention set for early next year. Running for a parliamentary seat for the PPP is also virtually impossible, with the suspension ending just 3 months before the general elections. In sharp contrast, the party is relieved that a months-long crisis finally comes to an end, allowing it to do what is its main job.
The party will put its utmost efforts into firmly supporting the success of the Yoon-seok administration as one.
In the meantime, the party will prepare for a national convention where it elect a new full-time leadership tasked with managing general elections. The ruling party will seek to take back the majority in parliament from the Democratic Party so that it can effectively push through the government's policies for the rest of President Yoon's term. Kyung-eun, Arirang News.